Okay. Yes, sir.
So that's one. That's good enough.
This is for the live stream. It's fine. Just ignore that one. That's the house, right?
I'll just speak from here. I'll just catch it.
Or you can pick it up. Yeah, it should pick
I don't
it up.
need to pick it up.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I request you all to be seated and so we can get started. A humble request from the family that please do not come forward to express your condolences until the program is finished now. So we'd really appreciate if you can sit down and we can start. My name is Rakesh Jindal, and I'm a close friend of Deepak and the Bhatia family for nearly 40 years. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here today to offer our Shraddhanjali and to celebrate and honor the life of a dear friend, Deepak. On behalf of his family, I welcome you all here and express sincere gratitude for your presence. Your presence today, whether you came from far away or from nearby, is a profound act of love and is a source of comfort and strength for the family. Each one of us carries Deepak within us in the form of fond memories, his compassionate moment, shared smiles. All of these memories become our yadein and a cherished reflection that will live. His spirit will live within us for all those memories. Deepak had a very vibrant personality, larger than life. He was always very cheerful. I remember you always used to give a warm hug that will take away all your sorrows. And that was the kind of a positive energy he really transcended into everybody that he met. Deepak, you will always be in our heart. आप हमेशा हमारे दिल में रहोगे. Today, as the program goes on, we'll be hearing some remarks from the immediate family, Chirag, Ankur and Claudia, Ashna and Kokiji, and be followed with a chanting led by Kirti Bhai. And after that, there will be some refreshments that will go in and mingle with the family, and the program will go on. I humbly ask that you all be present in the moment, and please turn your cell phones off. If in need of, there are restrooms outside the room on the left side, if anybody needs to use them. But with this, I'd like to welcome Chirag to come forward and say his Shraddhanjali.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start with two prayers today that Dad loved to say. If you know it, you can say it with me. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nat Prachodayat Sara Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvada Sadhake Sharnetram Ke Gori Narayani Namostute. Dad used to always say these prayers every morning and taught me to do the same, especially if I ever felt nervous. So I figured we'd start there. Good afternoon, everyone. Family and friends from around the world, especially my amazing Punka Chacha, my father's Irish twin, who came in from India last night. And Janet, Claudia's mom and Ankur's lovely mother-in-law, joined us late last night from Savannah, Georgia. Ankur and I were joking this morning that if Dad were here, he'd be the first to be ready and ask why the rest of us aren't. Well, Dad, today you were the first to get ready, and you were already here to greet us before we were welcome. Thank you all for being here today and celebrating the life and memories of our beautiful, beloved Deepak Bhatia. Deepak Hazarilal Bhatia passed away peacefully with his wife, Gokila, son, Ankur, and myself, Chirag, daughter Ashna Diva, by his bedside at 3:33 a.m., Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. We are so grateful we were all together with him in his final moments so that he knew that he was loved to the very end. In our culture, we are big in numerology, and the number 333 is the angel's number, which is the time of his passing. And we are gathered here today on May 3rd to celebrate him. 5/3/53. Dad was born in 1953. He is unequivocally watching over us, an angel above now. Deepak Bhatia was an amazing husband, father, brother, son, uncle, businessman, mentor, friend, therapist, neighbor, pet dad, plant dad, and the list goes on and on to describe this lovely man. Dad wore many hats in his life, and instead of taking one off and putting another on, he just kept adding hats. Walking around with 9 hats on his head saying, "I got this. Bete, we got this." He was my superhero, my Superman. Dad's childhood was full of discipline, hard work, grit, and education didactic in nature, but also hands-on. He spoke fondly of one of his early childhood memories, helping Dadaji work on their 1948 Jeep Wrigley, a memory that he reshared recently with me while he was in hospice. He loved tinkering with his hands, learning how things worked, and trying to redesign them. It was practically written in the stars for him to become an engineer. Dad moved here from a foreign land at the ripe young age of 17 years, looking for a greener pasture and a brighter future. He spent a decade getting his education here, and then working supporting his family back in India, until he decided he was ready to find his bride. So in 1980, he went back to India in search of love, and there he met Miss Kokila, Dolly Kapoor. Mom, isn't she beautiful today? She's grieving. She still looks so radiant. He was so enamored with Mom that he knew within 5 minutes that he wanted to marry her. He told me it was love at first sight. She was gorgeous and intelligent and just a bright light that he needed in his life. And of course, how could she not love him back? They married soon after meeting and started their lives here in the U.S. after living in various cities. Now yours truly, Chirag, came into the picture in 1985, and that's when my journey with Dad started. Ankur and Asha joined me soon after, and we all had the most incredible, enriching, nurturing, adventurous childhood that anyone can ask for. Late night lessons, road trips across the country, Six Flags outings, swimming lessons, soccer tournaments and practices, passionate engineering discussions, Lego building, and hair braiding. 2 fridges full of food. We were never without a safe home environment. He gave us all of it. Every bit of what good is, Dad gave us, all of us, in his own curated way. After I became an adult, my relationship with my dad and his role in my life evolved from father to mentor to teacher to financier to business partner and then to best friend. He always taught us to make sacrifices for the ones you care for and fight the good fight for the ones who can't. When we talk sacrifices, I look at my beautiful family seated here in the front row. Mom has been the absolute best and loving partner that an amazing man like Dad deserves. You gave up your career to raise us kids and support his career. You gave up happiness at times to go with his wishes, even when you disagreed or it hurt you. You put your life outside the home on pause to be a caretaker and a loving wife for the better part of 3 years. Dad told me to thank you for all of it. Ankur, Dad literally sees himself in you, and I do too, brother. You are both strong and giving and caring, but driven and mindful and passionate. Every old picture I look at of Dad, I see you staring back at me now. Thank you for putting your life on pause and taking a sabbatical from work to be here for Dad. Claudia, my beautiful sister, you as well. Thank you for pausing your life to help take care of Dad and also take care of us. We needed the support. Ankur really won in life when he and you found each other in India. Ashna has a settled life in California and recently got into Columbia and UPenn, guys, for a master's in social work. She wants a career that truly helps people and gives back to society. Dad was so proud of his Kajarari Akhiyan Bitiarani. And he told me this often, how lucky he was to have kids like us. She put her beautiful life on pause and deferred her master's program to be here for Dad and help with the 24/7 care that we were providing. I cannot thank you enough for your sacrifice. Dad taught us the value of sacrifice for loved ones by doing so for 56 years for people all around the world. And he did it without any anger or any malice or any frustration. He was just happy to help. My dad, my superhero. Now I want to talk about the good fight and what Dad taught us about working hard, giving back, and doing it the right way. I'll share a couple of stories to showcase that, exactly that. This one, her Paul uncle might know. Is there Paul uncle in the room? Is he here somewhere? Okay, he might be here shortly. But back in the 90s, Dad and her Paul uncle had ExxonMobil stations together. On one particular summer, Dad had noticed some skateboarders loitering and doing street tricks on the property. He didn't mind, He loved kids, and this was just them having some summer fun in the sun. Uncle and I rollerbladed too, in the house sometimes, mind you, sometimes. So he was used to it. But one day, one of the kids messed with one of Dad's elderly customers, and Dad absolutely lost it. You guys don't know him to have a temper, but he does sometimes. He chased the kid down, took his skateboard, and he beat him with it. And then he broke it in half and took it back in his office and came back out and said, "You messed up when you messed with my cute old customer." And they ran away, and that was Dad. He was fun in games, but meant business when defending honor or standing on principle. Another quick one. Dad and I ran an auto care business together right around the corner from here for 17 years. One day, a regular customer came in with his son, who had a Boy Scouts uniform on. He tugged at his dad sheepishly and asked if he could ask my dad a question. He asked my dad, "Can I watch you fix a car so I can get my mechanic's badge for Boy Scouts?" And Dad's face lit up like a Times Square billboard. He said, "Of course you can. Come next Saturday, and I'll tell you what, you bring the whole troop with you so they can all get their mechanic's badges too." And so the following Saturday, we had 14 9-year-olds and their parents standing in our front oil change bay, watching Dad and I do an oil change and explain other car stuff. We got donuts and made a whole day out of it. It was great for business, but for Dad, this was currency for his soul. He told me that was one of the best days of his life, teaching kids about cars. And that really encapsulates Dad's gargantuan heart. Dad's condition declined pretty quickly, and we fought the good fight together as a family, surrounded by love and good memories. Late night talks, trips down memory lane, talking about legacy and what he wants for us, blessings for our future endeavors. He was taken care of, loved dearly, and he went peacefully. For a man as kind and as good as Deepak Bhatia was and is, that's all we can ask for as a family. His last wish was to donate his body to science so they could be studied. He could be studied. He wanted to maybe help someone else's case in the future if something could be learned from his, even in the midst of a certain end of life. He wanted to pay it forward. He was a giant of a man, and I don't know how he fit that much love and kindness and caring into his small frame. The last words I spoke to him were this: "Dad, I love you, and I am the Chirag to your Deepak." You see, both our names mean the same thing. In Hindi, it is a holy fire. And so we are two flames bound together forever. I hope I can be as good as you are in this life so that we may meet again. Lastly, I'd like to leave you all with this image. In India, we have these huge banyan trees. Think of a weeping willow mixed with a Texas oak, but the hanging roots can cover acres. The tree is full of life, teeming with birds, squirrels, small and big cats, insects of every kind. There are animals taking shade underneath and eating figs, sleeping and taking rest. Just an entire ecosystem full of life and new life and growth. That was Dad to us, the giving banyan tree. And now that wise tree has befallen in our lives, but his legacy can still live on. And the love and the lessons of Deepak will still live on through his wife, his kids' spouses, and extended family and girlfriends, and all his friends that are here today. We can repurpose and make lumber and build homes and make jams from the fruit of the wonderful life that Deepak, the giving tree Bhatia, lived for himself and for us. So thank you all for coming and for being here. Let us all continue to honor Dad by living full lives ourselves and giving back when we can. Sacrifice, fight the good fight, and love hard. Thank you all for being here and sharing your love with Dad. God bless you all. Dad, I love you. I always will. It has been an honor and a privilege to be your son. Thank you. And now Uncle and Claudia would like to say a few words. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone for being here, for giving us your time and presence to honor my dad. Standing here in front of hundreds of you all and countless more listening in remotely from around the world, this all still feels very surreal. The way you all have shown up to support our family during this incredibly difficult chapter in our lives has been nothing short of overwhelming, but also not surprising, given how much love there is for my dad and our family. We have friends and family that have traveled on short notice from across the country and the world to be here. Simply too many to name individually, but I do have to call out our beloved Pankaj Chacha, Dad's brother, who traveled here from our hometown of Indore last night, and my mother-in-law, Janet, who came from Savannah, Georgia. Seeing them meet in our home last night after so many years was one of the most beautiful sights that I know Dad would have loved to see. And he's not here to see it, but I believe he's still here in spirit, watching, listening, and smiling. There's a song by the Beatles that my dad also loved called "I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends" that captures the sentiment better than I can put into words, and that feeling and sense of appreciation has never felt stronger. Anyone who has met me for more than 5 minutes knows what my dad meant to me. I swell with pride anytime I talk about my dad. A close friend of mine from college recently told me that when I would talk about my dad and tell stories from his life, it sounded like I was talking about some sort of mythical legend. And before he actually met my dad, he didn't know what to expect: a whiskey-drinking, blue-collar mechanic type or a buttoned-up engineer. He was surprised to learn once he eventually did meet my dad that he was both. I would tell stories of how my dad came here at the ripe young age of 17 from India, having never been on a plane before, to start his American dream in Cookeville, Tennessee, of all places, and how he worked every odd job he could find to make ends meet while pursuing his engineering education. My dad sold encyclopedia books door to door in Jacksonville, Florida, balloons in the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, and was a busboy at the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee, all places I have now been and remembered him. He was a hustler from day one, and my dad had a drive and entrepreneurial spirit that carried him his entire life. My dad had an unlimited capacity for love, caring for, and celebrating people. He faced many challenges and personal tragedies throughout his life, but in meeting him, you would never know it. He was resilient, eternally optimistic, and didn't have a selfish bone in his body. He looked after everyone in our family, including our relatives in India, and was generous almost to a fault. You will remember him for the way he danced like his feet were on fire at your wedding, or for fixing your car for free because he cared more about helping people than he did making a quick buck. You'll remember him for his Facebook birthday messages and greetings and text messages he sent out of the blue that made you feel appreciated and loved. He had an ability to remember such specific details about everyone he met, and was always just thinking about how to bring joy to others in both big and small ways. My dad taught me both practical and lifelong skills. He taught me how to drive stick shift at the age of 14, whether that was legal or not. We're not going to worry about that anymore. And spending time with him at the shop, with Trog also, I learned my way around basic car maintenance. He instilled in me a love for fitness and health, something he took a lot of pride in, and we shared a passion for riding motorcycles. I have inherited his love for music, dancing, and cooking.
And the greatest compliment anyone could give me is, "Hey, you look just like your dad." He was always my first call whenever I was dealing with a problem, whether that was something related to home maintenance or a challenge at work. His advice was always sound and practical, and something I will greatly miss. He was also always so encouraging of anything my siblings and I wanted to pursue, as long as our hearts were in the right place. Not every parent would approve of their child wanting to move to India right after college to teach. When I did that 15 years ago, looking back, it was my way of honoring him and trying to understand the life and culture he'd left behind to come here and create a better life for himself and our family. He never had any grand expectations for us as kids or put unnecessary pressure on us. Ultimately, all he really cared about was our health and happiness. Towards the end of our time together with Dad these last few months and weeks, we had a lot of sweet moments together that I will forever cherish and appreciate. I love just sitting with him, hearing more miracle stories from his life, and looking at pictures together of our endless Bhatia family tree. It was so hard to watch our macho hero dad get physically weaker and weaker by the day, but not once did he complain or ask, "Why me?" That was not his style. He never felt sorry for himself and seemed at peace with what God had in store for him. In the final few days with Dad, he had lost his ability to verbally communicate and started using a whiteboard to share his thoughts and what he needed. He would share more stories and memories from his life and whatever came to his mind. And this past Monday, which turned out to be his last night of consciousness, Claudia and I were sitting with him, and he wrote to us 2 messages on that whiteboard that ended up being his parting words to us. The first was, "God bless me with kind children." And the second was, "I see Ankur in my every step. I'm not half the man my dad was, and he leaves behind the biggest shoes to fill. But I will spend the rest of my life honoring his legacy and the values he instilled in me of always putting family first, bringing out the best in others, and living life joyfully no matter what challenge comes our way." Thank you all so much for being here.
I'm Claudia Bhatia, Ankur's wife. 14 years ago, Ankur and I met in Pune, India during his Teach for India days. The first time I met Deepak was over Skype. I remember he was sitting in his cubicle at work wearing a company embroidered polo shirt when he had called Ankur. I was at Ankur's apartment following a work event that day, and I was wearing a sari. That was a detail that Deepak liked to comment on when retelling the first time we met. That day, Deepak and I had a brief conversation, but from that first impression, I could feel his love for his son, his family, and care for me as a new friend of Ankur's. A few months later, Ankur and I took our first picture together at a wedding in Delhi, and during one of those following Skype calls, I noticed that picture was printed and displayed inside of Deepak's cubicle. At the time, I thought it was just a sweet gesture, but as I got to know Deepak, I learned that he shared the love for everyone that Ankur loved. Deepak and Ankur spoke almost every day and usually over speakerphone. They would have a quiet, mumbling cadence to their conversation. When I would walk into the room, I would chime in and say, "Hi, Dad," and he would immediately brighten and emphatically say, "Oh, Claudia."
Every time.
Every time. This would make me immediately smile, and I just felt so loved. I know that each of you have experienced that warmth from Dad over the years, and that warmth is how I will remember him and how I hope to carry his love forward. thank you all for being here.
I'm not able to say anything, but I'm proud to say that I am the younger brother of Deepak and proud to say that he is my elder brother. Only the age difference is 1 year, 1 month and 8 days. But he was like my father, sometimes like friend, like sometimes younger brother also. Loudly. In the last 2-3 months, we were in contact only by WhatsApp. And he used to call me or write me, Pankaj Raje, Jairam Ji ki. Only this is the thing we used to talk. And always he took care for the family, for me, for my family, for his family, like a father. As he took care of the Ankur, Chirag, Claudia, the same way he took care of me, myself, my wife, Bindu, and my children. I will never say Deepak was. I will always say that Deepak is. He is always with me, always with us. Thank you.
Oh my God. I would just like to take a moment of silence for our beloved Daddy. If we could all just close our eyes and take a deep inhale. Hold it and exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Oh, Daddy, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Look at this room full of people, Daddy, that showed up for you. We're so blessed. Thank you, everyone who's traveled far and wide to come here today. There are people in every corner of this world missing my dad right now. From Australia, India, Canada, England, every place you can imagine, there is some distant relative, Bhatia, who says, your dad helped me in 1980, he gave me $1,000 and it started my career, and I don't even know this person. And how many people like that have been telling me stories of this nature in the last few months? And it's just been amazing, because our dad was such a great guy that we don't even know his impact. It's just so widespread. And ever since he passed away, I keep hearing this whisper in my ear. Dad is everywhere, all at once. He is everything, everywhere, all at once. And since he made that transition to the eternal state,
two things people have been telling me come up again and again is, I remember your dad's smile, how it would make me smile, how it would just give me comfort. And the other thing that people keep telling me is, your dad was the most positive person I ever met. And this is hard. You know, we're young, he was young, 73 is young. 30 years old to lose a dad feels young right now. But he taught us so well. He says, Bhatia, we are Pathans, we are Rajputs, we are warriors. Ever since I was a little girl, and ever since I ever had anything, from age 5 I remember, he said, Bete, Bhatias, we fall on our knees, not on our face. And I will tell you that this grief, this loss has made me fall to my knees many times in the last few months. But I always hear him say, get up. Bhatias, always get up. We fall, but we never fall on our face. We fall on our knees, and I somehow get the strength to get up and to keep going. And I look at my beautiful family, my mom, my Pankaj Chacha, my eldest brother Trag, my second eldest brother Ankur, and their beautiful partners, Claudia and Smita. I look at them and I think that we're gonna be okay, because Daddy instilled values in us. He instilled his soul in us. I feel like so much of my identity as a person is my daddy. And I don't know how I'm gonna live without him. But I just know that in my heart, it feels like tattooed on the heart in the depths of my soul is this phrase, forever daddy's little girl. And I just want everyone to know that our love for each other as a father and daughter was the most special love of my whole life, other than the one that I share with my mom, which is equal. I have been blessed with the greatest parents. And I know that that's what's gonna get me through this, is that when I'm at my darkest and weakest moments, I'm gonna pray to God. And I'm gonna say, God, thank you, because I truly, truly believe in the course of all human existence, of all humans who have ever lived, our dad was one of the best dads to have ever have existed, and I believe that with every ounce of my soul. Dad, he was not only our therapist, he was our guru. And the whole reason that I have a faith, that I meditate, that I feel love and am love is because of what my parents had instilled in us. And I just want to say something. It's a Sufi quote that really helps me. It says, know both of the worlds as a veil. Know all of existence as a veil. Know all but his love, God's love, as a veil. When I was a child, Mom used to read us this book, and the book started with a baby and their parent, and then ended with the child holding the parent like a baby. And Daddy, due to the cruelty of the idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, became like a baby at 80 pounds. It was a cruel disease and he didn't deserve it. But it's such a beautiful thing that I got to say to him, and I got to sing to him while he was still here, these lines from that childhood book. I love you forever. I love you for always, as long as I'm living. My daddy you'll be. And I just want to end with one mantra that has really been helping me. Okay? And I'm just gonna sing it, okay? This is for you, Dad. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam Ji. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru Ji. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam Ji. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru Ji. Satnam Ji. Vaheguru Ji, Satnam Ji, Vaheguru Ji, Satnam, Satnam, Satnam Ji, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru Ji, Satnam, Satnam, Satnam Ji, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru Ji. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam Ji. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru Ji. Satnam Ji. Vaheguru Ji. Satnam Ji. Vaheguru Ji. Satnam Ji. Vaheguru Ji. Satnam Ji. Vaheguru Ji. Ready for my daddy Ji. I wish you peace, freedom from suffering, eternal happiness with our one true Creator for the rest of time. I hope you achieve your moksha, and I hope that your family, who is missing you on the other side, my Dadima, my Dadaji, Radha Rani Hazarilal, his two sisters, Gita Bua, Sandhya Bua, we felt their presence his last day, and I believe that sometimes people, the best people in life, get taken from us too soon because people on the other side and God misses them too much because they're just that wonderful of souls. Please pray for us, and please pray for my dad. Let's send him the best send-off God has ever seen to heaven. Thank you.
Namaste, Sat Sri Akal. Good afternoon, and Vanakkam to all of you. Thank you for coming here, participating in this celebration of life ceremony. I hold my husband, who was a true Pathan in so many ways. It took me a long time to understand. When I got married to him, I thought he was just a regular Punjabi guy. But then, you know, a different dialect of languages appeared, different sides of him appeared. And in many ways, we were so poles apart. But then we grew together and together and together, over 46 years of togetherness. And I feel like, he's left me in a lurch. How will I continue without him? How will I, listen to his objections? Him worrying about me getting to my destination because he thought I had no sense of direction in my navigation skills. Even with the Google map, even with him writing down directions, I would still get lost. And he wouldn't take a nap. He said, "Jab koki pahunch jayegi, then I can sleep." But ab kya, Deepak? Ab mujhe kaun navigate karega? Kaun, ab to aap hamesha ke liye so gaye ho. But anyway, he did suffer a lot. We want to be selfish and we want to say, we want to hold on to the person we love so much, that the thought of separation and then the actual separation as he transitioned to the other world, a better place, that alleviated his suffering, but he was still created such a hole in our hearts. And we are gathering all the energy, all the positive vibrations from everyone, our extended community, our relatives near and far, as far as the continent down under in Australia. We have so much support. The camaraderie in our local metropolitan, have come through to us in so many ways that never ceases to amaze me. And another thing is that on the last day, he withered away on Wednesday, April 29th. And on Monday, we were at the hospice, and he said, he called Ankur, he couldn't talk much. He called Ankur close to his ear, and we were talking to the nurse, educating her about the disease and the medications and his situation. And he said, "Tell Mom, she talks too much." And I was actually in the moment very offended. And not realizing his suffering, where he was coming from, but I did take offense to that, and I said, "Jao, main kal aapse milne nahi aungi." And then I felt bad. I said it was coming from a place of his suffering. It wasn't that he was targeting it at me. But that was just one happy anecdote, right before he transitioned. We were not ready for it. We knew it was going to happen sooner or later, but we thought it would be later. We thought we had time. But like my older son Chirag always says, that we all come with an expiration date, and when that can happen, we don't know, but we are never ever ready for it. And he always used to chide my poetry, because I just was always compelled, a happy moment or a sad moment, either for a family or a gathering or a distant relative or a child being born. My brain was always brimming poetry. And today also, I'm going to make it short, because he would say, "Oh Koki, you want me to record this 7-minute ki poem?" But I hopefully it's not very long. A poem to honor Deepak Bhatia. From grassroots to light in an eternal form, Deepak came at 17 with courage in his hands, a boy from India sent to shape a new land. Parents' faith packed in his suitcase, quiet but strong, he built a life from ground zero where he belonged. Through bachelors and masters, he earned every line. An amazing engineer with a disciplined mind. In nuclear power plants, He harnessed the sun's core, kept the lights on for miracles, and still giving more. But titles fade. Next to the name we hold dear, the sweetest dad whose love was always, always near. On April 29th, our world and everyone else's world turned grey, yet his warmth, Deepak, never fades away. He crossed oceans, he mastered crossword puzzles and kept his flame. Deepak built a legacy and a family name. From grassroots to light, his journey is now complete. Now heaven gains the engineer with humble, steady feet. For Deepak Bhatia, beloved husband, dad and a dreamer. From Bareilly, India to Fort Worth, a journey complete. Now heavens gained a doer engineer. He is at Hanuman God's steady feet. I have alveoli and I have lungs, but Deepak was my oxygen in the concentrated form. Right now, without Deepak, I'm lost in a perfect storm. Kokila, now an incomplete spouse, May 3rd, 2026. Thank you all for your patience and for your kindness in listening to us all. And I have this poetry that I will not take credit for, but it was provided by the funeral director, which is in the obituary booklet too. It says, fill not your heart with pain and sorrow, but remember me in every tomorrow. Remember the joy, the laughter, the smiles. I have gone to rest for a little while. Although my leaving causes pain and grief, my going has eased my hurt and given me relief. So dry your eyes and remember me, not as I am now, but as I used to be. Because I will remember you all and look on with a smile. Understand in your hearts, I've only gone to rest a while. As long as I have the love of each one of you, I can live my life in the hearts of all of you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And his favorite shloka was, of course, the Gayatri month. So we are going to chant that 3 times, and I will hand the mic to the next speaker. Oh, and please join me. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varneniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varneniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varneniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I would like to welcome Hari Pritam ji.
Namaskar to everyone. You already heard so much. I don't know what else I can add up. In the journey of life, we pass through pleasure and pain. There will be a sunshine and rain. There will be a loss and gain. But we must learn how to smile again and again. My friends, for the people who don't know, I'm Hari Pritam. I'm one of the, I can say, 40 plus family friends of Deepak and Koki's family. We are the people who know each other for the more than 40 plus years. We used to meet at least once a month for more than 30 plus years. And we still do that every month. The kids born here grew together, played together, smiled together. So we have those kind of memories. And somehow we have that kind of a, you can say, togetherness. But somehow we gathered here today with heavy hearts, yet with deep gratitude to remember and honor our dear friend Deepak. For me and most of my friends, I know from many of us, they are here today. He was not just a friend, he was a family. Over more than 40 years, we shared countless moments, conversations, laughers, and life itself. In all those years, there is one thing I can say with complete certainty: Deepak was truly a gentleman. In every sense of the word. He was a soft-spoken, kind, respectful, never seen him speak ill of anyone. In a world where it is easy to criticize or complain, Deepak chose grace, he chose dignity, he chose kindness. That was his strength. Deepak built not only a life here in the DFW area for over 4 decades, but also a legacy of relationship, genuine, heartfelt, and lasting. Anyone who met him walked away with respect for him. And behind this wonderful man stands a beautiful family. His ever sweet wife, Koki. You just heard her. Your strength and warmth were his foundation. His sons, Chirag and Ankur, carry forward his values and his name with pride. His daughter-in-law, Claudia, Ashna, you were always the light of his heart. They all became a part of this loving family. His home was richer because of all this. To all of you, we offer our deepest condolences. No words can fill this loss, but please know you are not alone. We stand with you, as Deepak stood with all of us. In Hindu tradition, we believe the soul is eternal. The body may leave us, but the Atma continues its journey. Deepak's gentle nature, his kindness and his goodness, these are not gone. They live on in his family, in his friends, and in the countless lives he touched. Yes, he has left us too early. That is a pain we all feel deeply. But perhaps some souls are so pure that they complete their journey sooner than we expect. Deepak, my friend, you have left your buddies too soon. We'll miss you, miss your calm presence, your quiet smile, and your friendship. But we will carry with you us in all our memories, in our stories, and in our heart. May God grant peace to your noble soul. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Hoping it brings a smile to your face and reminds you of all the beautiful moments you've given us. It's just a small way of saying how deeply grateful we all are for you and everything you mean to our family.
Can you pause it?
And I hope it takes you back to some cherished memories.
I just want to say that this video was made by, one thing that I didn't get to say is that Dad was not just our dad. He was a dad to so many. He was a Mama Ji, a Fufa Ji, a Dadu, a Dada Ji, a something Ji that I don't even know because there's so many titles in India. But his granddaughter, his sister's son's daughter, Vishal's daughter, Nikita in Indore, made this. And this video was made by his granddaughter, the closest thing that he had.
We have two people who want to say.
No, not me. Let's watch this video. Yeah. No, sorry. Okay.
This little video for you, hoping it brings a smile to your face and reminds you of all the beautiful moments you've given us. It's just a small way of saying how deeply grateful we all are for you and everything you mean to our family. And I hope it takes you back to some cherished memories and lets you feel just how loved you are. And we'll forever be your, like you like to call us, Raji.
I think our emotions have been very, like we don't know where to stop. But there are two people who had requested a short Shabad from Rupinder, if she would like to come forward, and then followed by Kirit Bhai with the little shlokas to end the ceremony. And by the way, the two songs that were used as a background, that was a 1980 song when the year we got married, Aap Jaisa Koi Meri Zindagi Mein Aaye. That was like our wedding song. We danced on it on a wedding reception. And the Laiya Laiya song, every chance when Deepak was affectionate, would sing that to me. Laiya 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 Laiya. And I used to get irritated. I said, "Mereko itna ye gana nahi pasand hai." But now I hold that so close to my heart. Following the couple of the Shabad and the last closing shlokas by Kirit Bhai Patel, please proceed, offer your namaste and your respect to Deepak and go through the reception area for some chai and some, चाहे खुशी हो चाहे गम, पेट तो अपने साथ चलता है, तो प्लीज़ आप अपना ज़रूर have the finger food and the mithai and the snacks. The mithai is all Deepak's favorite choice. So please do eat it. Yeah. Thank you. And there's a lot of chai and coffee.
Mera nikka veer, Deepak. He had a place in our life which was nothing less than a family member. Always happy and smiling face. पहली बार आज हिम्मत कर रहे हैं खड़े होके कुछ बोलन दी, भुल चुक माफ़ करना। मेहरां वालिया साइयां रखी चरनां दे कोल, मेहरां वालिया साइयां रखी चरनां दे कोल, ਰੱਖੀ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਰੱਖੀ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਸਾਈਆਂ ਰੱਖੀ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਨੇ ਦਾਤਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਦੇਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਨੇ ਦਾਤਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਦੇਣ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਦਾਤਾ ਦੇਵੀ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਦਾਤਾ ਦੇਵੀ ਸਬਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਾਨ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਦਾਤਾ ਦੇਵੀ ਸਬਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਾਨ ਦਾਤਾ ਸਬਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਾਨ ਦੇਵੀ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਦਾਤਾ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਦੇਵੀ ਪਰੋਸੇ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਦਾਤਾ ਪਰੋਸੇ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਦੇਵੀ ਚਰਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਦਾ ਦੇਵੀ ਤਰਨਾ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਾਤਾ ਕਰੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਮਾਫ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਾਤਾ ਕਰੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਮਾਫ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਦੇਵੀ ਸਬਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਦੇਵੀ ਸਬਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਦੇਵੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਮਾਫ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਾਤਾ ਦੇਵੀ ਪਰੋਸੇ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਦੇਵੀ ਪਰੋਸੇ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਦੇਵੀ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲਿਆ ਦਾਤਾ ਦੇਵੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਤੋਂ ਮਾਫ ਮਿਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਾਤਾ ਕਰੀ ਮੇਰ ਦੀਪਕ ਤੇ ਦੀਪਕ ਦੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਫਰੈਂਡਸ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਦੇਈ
Kirit Bhai is the rock of our community. You know, anytime we need anything, we all reach out to Kirit Bhai. He'll forward the email to the whole community and whoever needs any. In fact, I just want to quickly share something. Deepak actually emailed Kirit Bhai 2 months ago, ki I'm looking for, because he knew which way he was proceeding. He said, can you recommend some funeral homes? Or I don't know if he said about the priest also, right? Yeah. So who does that? Who does that? Like he was such a planner. He was planning the path that his body was going towards, and he wanted to make it easy for all of us. And that was our Deepak Bhatia, the idol, the rock of Gibraltar with the Bhatia strength. Thank you so much.
When Deepak Bhai sent me email that Kirit Bhai time has come for Antim Sanskar, it shocked me. I know him very well for a long time, being a Fort Worth resident, plus being in the Hindu temple of Greater Fort Worth. When we start building the temple, we have to put some deities in the temple which was weighing in like 1 ton. And we were looking for expertise that how we're going to install these deities. And Deepak Bhai came to our rescue. He came, he planned out, not only just for Lord Shiva, Balaji, and Ganpati, as well as Mataji's Murti, because there was a space constraint and we had to figure out how to get in everything. And considering the temple floor and not bringing heavy equipment, he got a pretty good idea how to do it. And with his help, we got it made. That kind of person, it's hard to find in the community. When time needed, he's there to help out everybody. I know him. I needed my car repair at one time, and I just called him. He said, "Kid bhai, just leave the car at my place. I will take it to my shop myself. When it fixes, I'll bring it back to you." That's the kind of person. And I remember, I think there was one daughter of a priest. She was living in Dallas, and she bought a car from somebody, and the person practically just salvaged a car to her. And Deepak Bhai went ahead and fixed the entire car for her at no charge. I remember that. He was telling me the story. That kind of person is hard to find in the community. And I would like to pay the Shraddhanjali right now by singing a Shraddhanjali Geet over here. It's in Gujarati, but those who are familiar with it, please sing along with me. Otherwise, I will sing it myself. And that was also a request from Kokiben to sing it this time, so I can prepare for it. हे नाथ जोड़ी हाथ पाए प्रेमती सौ मांगिए शरणु मळे साचू तमारू हे हृदयती मांगिए जे जीव आव्यो आप पासे चरण माय अपनावजो परमात्माए आत्मा ने शांति साची आप जो परमात्माए आत्मा ने शांति साची आप जो वही कर्म ना योगे करीजे कूड़ माहे अवतरे त्या पूर्ण प्रेमे हो प्रभु जी आपनी भक्ति करे 184 बंधनों ने लक्ष्य मालय कापजो परमात्माए आत्मा ने शांति साची आपजो परमात्माए आत्मा ने शांति साची आपजो सुसंपत्ति सुविचारने सत्कर्मनो दैवारसो जन्मो जन्म सत्संगति कीर्तार पार उतार जो आलोक ने परलोक मा तब प्रेम रग रग व्याप जो परमात्माए आत्मा ने शांति साची आप जो परमात्माए आत्मा ने शांति साची आप जो मड़े मोक्ष के सुख स्वर्ग न आशा उरे एवी नति दिदो देह दुर्लभ मानवीनो भजन करवा भावती साचू बतावी रूप श्री रण छोड़ हृदय स्थाप जो परमात्मा ए आत्मा ने शांति साची आप जो परमात्माए आत्मा शांति साची आप जो ओम शांति शांति शांति।
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming here and giving your support to the family. It means a lot to all of them. The request that we have some snacks. Please everybody join them in the room next door and spend some time meeting with them. So go ahead, John. Yeah, excuse me, if you all want to go from here, you can just pay respect to Deepak and then move on to the next room.
Support your mom, that's it. That's the main thing you have. Your mommy is dead. Sweet dead baby. They have 20 years here. They have the same hair. Just small, some neighbor.
Oh my God.
She told me I will hang out. Take care, okay? We always do this.
ID. Okay. Mom knows.
None of us dreamed that this day would come. Yeah, seriously. I just thought I should have played one of his dancing videos, but Yad Nidhi, so much. Thank you so much, Bhatia. Thank you so much for representing, your uncle's family here. And I would always feel like, their family's supposed to honor them. Yes. Just cherish the time you have with Brianna. Just cherish them. I love you.
On Google Star. Good to see you.
You probably can't color out on it, but they'll know that you're
संभाल के like in the added in the
पता क्या है अपना पढ़ना इजी है जिंदगी में अप्लाई करना बड़ा
with the message came today. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. You know, all your prayers are guaranteed. Yes, I have. Yeah, Deepak is feeling all the love, right?
Oh, always.
This phone is how's my sweet sister? I know God is my dad.
Oh, Ron. And this
It's very Pathan spirit. Thank you. Tell Manu that my heart is aching for her. Yeah, I hope she gets better. Yeah, we are. Just remind you. Just the pieces of the puzzle we don't come in a short. Then we just